Got the PS3 does that. You wanna reconnect? Okay. It's always such a pain to stream from the PS3. And now it's coming back on. What the fuck's the issue? Try again. Then it changes resolution. And it comes back on the TV. And doesn't come back on the Elgato. So why is that? Dolby Digital Audio not supported. The fuck? Honestly, if you can avoid it, just don't stream from PS3. Alright, let me see this shit. No, no. No. Yeah, cancel. I don't know what I'm doing. Off. Off. Why doesn't this take effect until you're in the game? No signal. Is it going to connect back, though? That's some of the dumbest shit. Anyway, yeah, everybody, we're back with more anime. This week... this week. Same week we're playing Dragon Ball. Today we're back playing Bleach Soul Resurrection on PS3. Remember Bleach was popular for like 15 years and then just disappeared? And nobody speaks about it anymore? Yeah, I've never actually watched that opening before. Anyway, Bleach Soul Resurrection. The only Bleach game on HD systems. Weirdly. Alright. Yeah, I kind of like that. It actually looks pretty neat. So what do we got? Voices are in English. Do want them in Japanese. Nah, we'll keep them in English. I never watched Bleach in English. I watched it in Japanese because that way you were able to watch it as it was coming out in Japan. And then they got too caught up with filler, so I just stopped watching it and started reading it. And then I got sick of being up to date with a shonen manga that put out like 19 pages a week. And no story would really happen in those 19 pages, so it took ages for anything to happen. So I just stopped, and I haven't been back since. This would be years ago now. Episode 1, on to Hueco Mundo.
After the war at the Soul Society, Ichigo Kurosaki returns to the world of the living. However, Aizen has used the Hogyoku to create Arancars, plotting a new invasion.
I hope you know what Bleach is, because
also takes note of
apparently they're not
Orihime
going to explain
Inoue's
any of
powers,
this.
and orders one of the Espadas, Ulquiorra Schiffer, to kidnap her and bring her to Hueco Mundo.
Who is Ichigo Kurosaki?
Upon discovering
Who is
this,
Aizen? What's the
Ichigo travels to
Hogyoku?
Hueco Mundo
What are
with Uryu
Arancars?
Ishida and
Who is
Chad
Orihime
to rescue
Inoue?
Orihime.
What are Espadas? Who is Ulquiorra? What is Hueco Mundo? Who is Uryu Ishida and Chad? It's like, you better know Bleach, because this game ain't going to explain anything to you. Alright. So I only did like 2 levels of this when I first got it. I've not really played it since. Just another game that I picked up and just kind of fell by the wayside for no real reason.
Let's go!
That looks alright though.
This is Hueco Mundo. Not very cheery. There's nothing here.
I think graphically it looks alright.
Look at that.
A castle. No, it's a palace? This must be Aizen's hideout. Las Noches.
Okay, there's no vertical camera movement.
All right.
That's weird.
Let's go!
So, on the approach to Hueco Mundo, Ichigo shouldn't really be in Bankai yet. So I'm gonna assume that the game only has Ichigo in Bankai.
Let's go!
That's not necessarily a bad thing. Ichigo was basically only in Bankai from the moment he fought Grimjo anyway.
This is not a very hospitable welcome.
There's no time to waste. Let's keep going.
So the Bleach anime was actually cancelled. My thought is because of the filler. Like, the filler got excessive and it was really hard to stay interested in it. And you might be like, but like, plenty of anime has filler. It's like Bleach's story would come to a complete stop so they could have filler arcs. Because they couldn't fit the filler in anywhere, they'd have to stop the story to do filler. And it's like after the Grimjo fight, big filler arc, and then they come back from that and finally continue the story. And then just before Ichigo's about to fight Ulquiorra, the big fight that has been built up for the entire arc, they're like, okay, well, we've caught up again in like 20 episodes after taking like 30 episodes away.
We run and run, but it doesn't seem like we're any closer than we were.
So
Is that palace really
we're gonna
there?
do 2 filler arcs now, and it just got excessive.
It's no mirage.
That's why
There's
I stopped
no way
watching
we
it.
could be seeing one here. Would you like me to explain to you what a mirage is? You see, when heat...
No, thank you.
Is this infinite? Cool. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that.
Let's go.
Do it. Oh. Yes, like they'd have these obviously non-canon filler arcs that would exist just to press pad out time. And the filler arcs, to be fair, weren't actually bad. The problem was, like, okay, now we're taking a break from the story to do this non-canon stuff that we've made up. And it's like, but the story, though. And people just got kind of tired of it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think this goes up to the final fight with Aizen. And after that, there was an arc that felt like filler but wasn't. Which was, honestly, a terrible arc anyway. And that was the last arc in the anime. And then they cancelled it. Alright, here we go. Spirit gauge stops regenerating, but that's the only cost.
Who are you guys? You don't look like you're from around here.
Are you a hollow?
Yeah, I know 2 of the Iran cars.
I'm sorry, Iran cars? Alright, soul gem, soul points, green orbs. Beat a stage of game over. Both these stages quit a game. Yeah, you know what? I like that. If you game over, you still get what you collected. That's pretty good.
Let's go. Are you really an Iran car? It's so different from the Iran cars we met in the world of the living.
You guys are even less like Iran cars than we are. You don't have
Starting to see some issues with
wearing
framing.
a black outfit. You look more like a soul.
Do I want to just switch the voices to
Wait,
Japanese?
I'm not gonna kill you.
Really? Then take Nell with you!
What are you talking about?
Nell became a traitor
Let's
the moment
go.
I became friends with the souls. Traitors are all killed. You have to take
I don't know what that
Nell.
is.
If you don't, I'll cry!
All right, stop crying.
Are these spawn points?
Let's go.
So yeah, it seems like kind of a Dynasty Warriors idea. Maybe a little more focused with direct stages that have goals that go beyond just win the battlefield. I don't know. It doesn't seem bad. I can imagine this will get repetitive pretty quickly, though. There's a block. There we go, there's a block then. Okay. So far, everything about this suggests to me that you really have to know Bleach, because they're not explaining a damn thing.
Why did you go to Waco Mundo? Why didn't you wait for us to come back?
Its feet are raised to flip it over.
We would have come no matter what it took. Why couldn't you trust us? Aren't we your friends,
There we
Ichigo?
go.
Yeah, you're right.
All right then. Don't ever make me ask you that again.
Map will always point to the exit, returns the camera to the default position. I say, it's really weird to hear it's not even just the English voices, but the English terms as well. Like Soul Reaper. I was watching the anime in Japanese, so it was always Shinigami. Plus the voices in English have a very different tone to the ones in Japanese. So that's something to get used to. It looks pretty accurate to the show. This isn't a good area to really consider, because this is a barren wasteland in the actual series as well.
Watch out, Ichigo!
A Minos is nothing.
Idiot! Don't ever let your guard down!
It's the end! I know. Here I come! Let's go! It's the end!
The only member of the voice cast I actually know the name of in English is Johnny Young Bosch. Plays Ichigo.
It's the end! Let's go!
And that's all I know.
It's the end!
So I don't really know anybody in the Japanese cast either. Although the person who played Kurotsuchi was the same dude who did Frieza in Japanese. So that's pretty cool. Press L2. While powered up, press L2.
Let's go! Hey, there they are again, Ichigo. Let's go! These guys just won't give up. I'll have to teach them all a lesson. No need to hold back now.
The Hollow Mask.
It's the end! Let's go! Take this!
God damn.
Let's go! Take this! Let's go! Take this! It's the end! Let's go!
You're losing your edge, Ichigo.
Full power!
There we go.
Shut up, Uryu. Just sit there and watch.
Alright, we did take that guy out, so that was
there,
nice.
Ichigo.
Yeah, let's do this.
Shame this isn't a team game of any kind. Because this kind of idea is always fun in co-op.
Let's go!
Although I guess since basically all the characters split up as soon as we get into Last No Chess, kind of becomes a problem.
Let's go! Take this! It's the end!
Alright, that was that.
I came up a little short.
That was alright. I think the main way they're going to mix it up, try and keep it from getting repetitive, will be different characters. I remember the second stage, you control Uryu. Clearing the stage, head to the level up screen to upgrade the character using the soul points. Really, we can just jump straight into the fight with Grimjo? Okay, so you can only level up whatever character you've got the points with. Alright. cursor over the red lines in the character panels. Alright, that seems simple enough. Attack up, health up, defense, life gauge. Greatly increases life gauge. Alright, so let's get attack. And defense.
Alright, let's keep this up.
Alright, that's good. Alright, here we go.
Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad later meet up with Rukia Kuchiki and Renji Abarai at Hueco Mundo. Guided by a young Arankar named Nell, they arrive at Las Noches. After infiltrating Las Noches, they come upon a fork in the road that branches out into 5 different paths. They swear to meet again and go their separate ways. But as they delve deeper, 10 powerful Arankars called Espadas await them.
Hey Clem, how you doing, buddy? Now, if this was Final Fantasy 13, they'd make me read it myself. It's going. We've only just started. This is the second level. I hope it goes well for you. You gotta keep yourself healthy. Here's a spirit bow and arrow. Oh, the square thing. I was thinking more the upgrade screen in Tales of Xillia, honestly. Okay, so we have
this spiritual pressure.
And then that.
I expected as much from the Arankar home base. It doesn't matter how many of them there are. I'll just have to show them what I need.
Eat this. This is it.
That's not bad. Of course, Ishida was always focused on range, so of course he's not going to have much in the way of decent melee. Okay, I have to get used to that. So if you're running when you shoot, he'll keep running until the animation is done, even if you let go.
You're mine.
Okay, Ginzo's is the spirit pressure. Great Zvolke Heisen.
There! There! There!
Okay. Can I break these? Yes, I can. Let's go break them all. No more. Alright, going on. I like that this dash move is actually fast and has no cost. Oh, your spirit gauge won't replenish. But that's reasonable, honestly. It's not a huge downside. I think it's a good move. It's a good move, I appreciate it. The idea is, did you ever watch Bleach, Clem? Or read Bleach, I guess. Either or.
There! Eat this!
Yeah. It's like they're supposed to be basically special arrows. I think. It's been a while. It's been a long time, actually. But I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be special arrows.
There.
Channels his spirit energy through them or whatever.
There. Eat this. This is it.
Yeah, he's an archer.
Arankars, give this message to Aizen. Tell him a Quincy is here.
Also,
Tell him
Ishida
it's not
has
the
an
soul
inflated
leaders he should
sense of
fear,
self-importance.
but the Quincy. There. Eat this. This is it. There. There. Eat this. Take this.
Yeah, this is, This is in the next major arc after that, when he got his powers back and stronger. Everybody got like a power boost to keep up with the increased power of the enemies. Honestly, Bleach I don't think was necessarily ever bad. It had a bad reputation because of course it did. All the popular shonen anime had a bad reputation. Probably just because they were popular. Naruto had a bad reputation. Bleach had the bad reputation. One Piece had the reputation. None of them are bad though. Like, if you actually sit down and go through any of them, they're all good. Bleach's biggest problem was its filler with the anime. Let's say Bleach's biggest problem was the filler with the anime. You had points where the show stopped. Because, like, unlike other shows, they couldn't really do... and then the characters had a vacation. Because it wouldn't really work with the story. So they just stopped and did non-canon filler arcs. Honestly, if you get into it, One Piece is actually really good. There's a reason it's one of the most popular.
I should be able to fight even better than in the world of the living or the Soul Society.
The problem is, the filler always came at really horrible points.
You're mine. You're mine.
The filler itself wasn't necessarily bad, aside from the first filler arc. I think One Piece's best factor is that it's pretty creative. It's very much like an antithesis to something like Dragon Ball. It works. Yeah, it's very creative with the powers the characters have, and then the creative uses of them, which is always really good. It similarly is one of the best things about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Creative powers and creative use of the powers. Come on.
There! Take this! There! You're mine! There! Kaizen! There! This is it!
Yeah, like the problem with Bleach was the filler arc just stopped any progress. Like, the Grimjo fight, which was built up for a long time. Ichigo finally fights Grimjo, and they have the fight, and after the fight, they immediately go into a filler arc. Because they'd caught up with the manga. And then they have the whole filler arc, and it's not a bad arc, honestly. And then they finally go back to the main story. And it goes for maybe 20 episodes before they're like, okay, we have to have another filler arc because we've caught up again. And the problem with this point, because that was where I stopped watching the show and just started reading the manga.
This is it.
I got a bunch of them. Was just before the big fight between Ichigo and Ulquiorra, which, if anything, was built up more than Ichigo versus Grimjo. And so they finally get to that, and they announce that, hey, we're going on a filler arc again, but to basically build as much time as we can between, you know, when we come back and having to do another filler arc, we're going to do 2 filler arcs in a row. So, you know, that was kind of an issue. And again, the filler arcs aren't bad. It's just the main story stopped for them so often. If you were going to watch Bleach now, my recommendation would be to skip the filler arcs. Because they're completely separate. They have no place in canon. They're basically just side stories that can't actually exist anywhere. Think of it like watching the Dragon Ball Z movies. Like, skip those, go through the main story, and if you feel like you need more Bleach after you're done, then, like, watch the filler arcs. Like I say, they'll fit in basically anywhere. I don't know any other anime that did filler like that. It was crazy.
You don't look very tough, but there certainly are a lot of you.
It's just one after another. There's no end to this. Let's go.
What's wrong? You look terrible, Renji Abarai.
Ishida.
Come on, Arankars.
I always had the problem with the Bleach dub that none of the names sounded natural.
You're mine. There. Take this. Kaizen.
There we go.
You're mine.
I don't know what it is. Like, the specific pronunciations don't sound natural.
Of course. You're mine. Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm counting on you, so don't mess up.
You're mine. There. Eat this. Take this.
What do we got?
You're mine.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. There. Eat this. This is it. You're mine. You're mine. There. Eat this. This is it. You're mine. There.
How many of these guys are gonna keep coming?
This is it. Eat this.
Just a little more. Let's hurry it up, Ishida.
I know. You don't have to tell me twice.
And one more over here. Alright, come on, guys.
Heizen! There! Eat this! This is it!
And is that it?
There! Take this!
Okay, I'm gonna assume that's it, because it did a zoom in. And that's it for the level. Alright.
I suppose this will have to do.
One thing that was kind of neat with Bleach later on is it also got creative with the powers. The power set. Which is nice, because, like, the anime, manga stuff can get really tiresome when the entire way any kind of growth happens is just, yeah, no, the characters are now stronger. It's a problem Dragon Ball definitely has.
Just as expected. I must become stronger.
It's like, yeah, no, the characters are stronger and now they're firing different coloured beams at each other and it doesn't really matter.
After heading further into Las Noches, Ichigo encounters the Cuarto Espada, Ulquiorra. Unable to hurt him in the slightest, Ichigo falls. Ichigo's lifeless body collapses, defeated. But the Sexta Espada, Grimjow Jaggerjack, secretly steals Orihime away to have her heal Ichigo's wounds. Grimjow does this simply so he can settle matters with Ichigo. Now fully healed, Ichigo answers Grimjow's challenge, and they begin their decisive battle.
I suppose that was one of the problems with Super, where after doing the higher numbers thing for, like, all of Z, Super comes along and says numbers don't really matter, and now characters that haven't been able to hang since Dragon Ball can now hang with Super-level characters. It was just irritating because it went against everything previous.
Let's go!
Okay.
Ichigo!
Don't look like that now. I'll be fine. You too, Orihime. Don't worry. I'm gonna win.
Alright, now I'll be fine. Orihime, you shut up because you have no character beyond Ichigo.
Let's go!
I say that, it's like, it's not no character beyond Ichigo as a focus. It's no character beyond her saying Ichigo.
Let's go!
Alright. This way.
Let's go! Eat this! Eat this! Take this! Let's go!
That's a good tantrum.
Take this!
I've noticed a lot of the enemies have pretty fast regeneration. Okay.
Let's go!
I didn't realise somebody got behind me. So you missed this earlier, Clem. But I started today's stream, everything's connected, so I'm ready to go. And I start the game, and the Elgato's like, no signal. It's like, what? Why? So I try resetting it, and it's like, no, it's no signal. Okay. It doesn't support Dolby Digital sound. Which is an issue that it only has on PS3. So to deal with it, I have to go into the sound options of the PS3 and turn off Dolby 5.1 as any kind of sound option. Which is weird and dumb. Alright, let's get going. Yeah. Something to be aware of if you ever decide to go for a capture card yourself. You know, not to mention the fact that to actually capture PS3 footage since it has HDCP.
Don't worry. Ichigo's going to win.
I have to have a splitter. I have to have the HDMI connected to a splitter to strip the protection and then connect that to the Elgato and then connect that to the TV. Honestly, dealing with PS3 is just more trouble than it's worth.
When he says something like that, it's a promise. And I think he's made this promise to himself. By saying it out loud, he's solidifying his resolve. So don't worry. If Ichigo says he'll win, he'll win. Now,
Let's go!
It won't let me switch the voices to Japanese in game.
Let's go!
Ah, well. Yeah, just dealing with PS3 to stream or capture footage from is such a pain. You may have noticed that I very rarely actually do it. That's mostly a coincidence, honestly. This game could probably do with a dodge cancel technique.
Here I come! Here I come! Take this! Eat this!
Against an enemy that doesn't go down immediately, that could be a problem. Or doesn't go down quickly, I guess. Yeah, it really could do with any kind of dodge cancel.
Eat this! Eat this! Let's go!
Thank you.
Take this!
Plus, the lack of flinching from that enemy is definitely a problem.
Take this! Let's go!
So that's something to be aware of with that. Whenever the camera zooms in on Ichigo like that, it's because I've not moved the character for apparently too long. Like, up and down on the right analog stick don't actually do anything. That was weird. Are these enemies supposed to be invisible?
Let's go.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of weird controls. Like, then I'll just.
Need to hold back now.
Okay, I accidentally like nudged L2. Okay, so. And then.
Let's go.
It's a weird idea and I don't really understand it. Alright, so how do they deal with interactions between major enemies in this? Do we actually get a cutscene? Okay, so Grimjo's already transformed.
Took you long enough, didn't it? Grimjo. Good. I've been waiting for this. I'm going to crush you with all my might!
Yeah, the English voice sounds really underwhelming, honestly.
Take this! Let's go! Now, I'm going to slit your throat and show you who's stronger. What?
So let's see how this works with boss fights. Boss fights are always one of the weakest points of any game like this. The warrior style.
Out of breath?
It's like, I do quite like Hyrule Warriors. I've spent a lot of time on Hyrule Warriors on Switch. The boss fights are terrible.
You're wrong. Damn. Here I come! Eat this! Don't you mess with me!
Here we go.
It's
Super
the
mode.
ultimate setup. It's over, Ichigo! Let's go! Eat this! Let's go! What?
I can understand why this got pretty mixed reviews.
Over, Ichigo.
Ichigo! Don't die! You don't have to win! You don't have to try so hard!
Yeah, you kinda do have to win, because he's gonna slit my throat if I don't.
Sorry, Grimjo.
He just said.
Looks like I'm not allowed to take any more damage. What's with those eyes? You're always like this. No matter how badly I beat you, somewhere deep inside you think you can beat me. You always believe you're superior to me. I can't stand that!
Okay.
Soul Reaper or a Ronkar. Anybody who looks down on me will be crushed! And I'm starting with you, Ichigo. Here I come! You will bend to my will!
I kind of really don't like that the cutscene had the mask on, but you don't get to actually have the mask on in the game unless you have the meter for it.
Here I come! It's the end! Let's go!
I really don't like that kind of gameplay and story segregation in an anime-based game.
Take this! You're not the only one who wants to win. No need to hold back now. What?
Here we go.
Don't you said you were starting with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same. I'll defeat you. And Ukiura. And Aiza. I'm taking my friends back with me.
You can stop talking now. The fight's done.
All right.
Okay. Stream's disconnected again. Are we really pulling this shit again? Weird. Okay, that's better. So apparently we're still having the same issues we had yesterday. You didn't miss anything, there was no cutscene after the fight. So you compared this to the Crystarium from FF13 earlier, Clem. Based on what we saw when upgrading Uryu, that Uryu starts here while Ichigo is in the center, it makes me think more of the sphere grid.
Here we go.
From FF10. Since my assumption is everybody can go onto everybody else's piece of the board. Alright. So yeah, with Bleach, the anime, that fight happens, and then you have about 30 episodes of filler with the Amagai arc, and then you come back, and you get this fight.
After a devastating barrage, Ichigo defeats Grimmjow. But the Quinto Espada, Noitora Jiruga, immediately appears to attack him. Wounded and exhausted from the struggle with Grimmjow, Ichigo is overwhelmed by Noitora and finds himself in mortal peril. At the same time, reinforcements from the Soul Society arrive. It is Captain Kenpachi Zaraki of the 11th Squad. Letting bloodlust guide him, Kenpachi heads to the war zone.
Actually, since this is the start of this level, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna change the voices to Japanese, because I'm really not liking these English voices.
Let's go!
Alright, what do we got going on? Yeah, the filler situation was like one of the worst with Bleach. To its credit, I don't think it was as bad as Naruto was. Like, Naruto's filler situation for the first Naruto. Why do I have to go back to the title screen to change language, the voice language? Why did that require a loading screen? And having to go back to the title? Yeah, Naruto's infamous for, like, after... Because Naruto was split into two halves. Naruto and Shippuden. Part 1 and Part 2. Basically, after the end of Part 1 in the anime, before they went to Part 2, they had 80 episodes of filler. And it wasn't even, like, filler with a cohesive plot. It was standalone slapstick-style filler that is very widely hated.
激しい死闘の末グリム城を倒したイチゴだが息つく間もなくクイント・エスパーダノイトラ・ジルガが襲いかかってくるグリム城との戦いですでに
So I don't think Bleach got as bad as
してい
that.
たイチゴはノイトラに圧倒され危機に陥るその頃ソウルソサエティからの援軍の一人として11番隊隊長ザラキケンパチはウェコムンドに到着していた戦いを求め
Alright. Alright, let's go.
やっと着いたねケンちゃん
あまり俺から離れんなよヤチルさてとあの野郎はどこだ
Controls could be a little more responsive. I say that now specifically because I was actually trying to reorient the camera. Because you got the reset camera button, like, there you go. Couldn't do that in the middle of an attack for some reason. Alright, what do we got? Oh, great. Big dude. Anyone else? Oh, there's another one. And the third one. It could definitely also do with more in the way of combo potential. Like, one thing I really like about Hyrule Warriors is this. Like, every character has a pretty substantial set of combos they can do. Maybe we'll unlock more, like more combo variety, because that is something to do in Hyrule Warriors as well. You unlock more combos as you level up stuff. You know, at some point I should probably go back and actually finish Dynasty Warriors 8. There, what do we got?
雑魚に用はねえめんどくせえ一気に行くぞ
いけケンちゃん
面白い面白い
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? This looks like a dead end, but the map says there's something further over there. Alright, over here. Alright, there we go. Breakable wall. Anybody else? Nope. Alright. More! Okay, so that's the right way, so let's go this way. I wonder how much replay value something like this could possibly have. Like, he's got the level up system. Multiple characters. I think it said there was a mission mode. How much replay value this game will possibly have? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Oh, you weren't feeling neglected. I think that's everybody. Alright, let's go. "25 hits with the dash to get through that." Alright, any more? Any more? Nope. Alright. I'm gonna grab you, and I'll grab you, and presumably there'll be the boss this way. You know, maybe as a contrast to this, with how loose the storytelling really is, we should take a look at some of the Ultimate Ninja Storm games. Not the first one, though. Well, the first one doesn't really explain everything that well. They didn't really get into the groove of it until the second one.
クイントエスパーダノイトラジルガだどけなんだそれが全力か随分と軽い剣だな死神俺のイエロは歴代全エスパーダ最高高度だてめえら死神の剣で蹴れるわけがねえんだよどうもようやく慣れてきたみてえだな てめえの硬さによ戦っても良さそうだなるほどそんなもんでこの俺を切れるってのか最近チーッとなまってたもんでよ
Alright, how we doing?
終わりだぜ死神
It's a good thing I took the eye patch off myself. Otherwise it wouldn't make sense.
礼はこの剣で返させてくれや。
なんなんだこいつは。俺の方が切ってる。奴の方が血を流してる。なのにこいつは。
Alright, let's finish it how they finished it in the story.
やれ、久しぶりにやってみるか。剣道ってのをよ。
目障りなんだよ。
That's literally how the fight ended in the actual
楽
story.
しかったぜ、ノイトラ。
Genpachi decided to use both hands.
いい肩慣らしになったぜ。
Anyway. So next episode is Rukia, so that'll be against Aranero, I think. Alright, what do we got? Attack up, attack up, attack up.
いいじゃねえか。
Alright, there we go, that's good. Rukia.
ヌベーノ・エスパーダアーロニーロ・アルルエリを倒したものの自らも傷つき倒れたルキア。そこに現れたセプティマ・エスパーダゾマリ・ルルーはもはや抵抗の術を持たないルキアに刃を向けた。だが
Okay, so apparently we don't get to fight either Aranero or Zamari.
朽木白夜がゾマリを倒す。白夜に命を救われたルキアは一号を援護すべく再び戦いに赴く。
Not overly fond of that idea, honestly. Feels kind of lazy.
いざ参る。
I mean, I guess the idea is that Aranero and Zamari's fighting styles wouldn't fit into this kind of gameplay. Like, just outright skipping them really does feel lazy. それ All good? Oh, Rukia's got way less health. Probably break some rocks and get her some experience. I don't like that they keep running forward if you move. If you're running forward and you press triangle, they'll keep running forward until they've finished the animation. Which suggests, I guess, that the animations for doing it while running and while stood still are two different animations that you can't do together, but I can't think of any other game that's done that as an idea. It's weird. It makes this game feel stiffer than it probably should. Alright. It's honestly kind of a shame that the Bleach fighting games just kind of stopped before this point. Like, Bleach had some decent fighting games. Heat the Soul went the longest, with Heat the Soul 7 being the last one on PSP. But those games were only released in Japan. That's an interesting thought, Seek. Also, how are you doing, Seek? But Heat the Soul 7 didn't finish this arc. Just home from the UI. Yeah, Heat the Soul 7 was done before they finished this arc. Okay. It's really what I mean, like that kind of thing, when I say like Bleach was really crazy popular and then just stopped. Like all of a sudden nobody cared anymore. Like all the tie-in media stopped and everything. Like the fourth movie was the last one, but the manga kept going for a long time after that. And nobody seemed to care. Seven phone calls in the last half hour. I mean, I guess like the phone calls not lasting a long time's a good thing. Everybody stopped caring. There was actually a thing of that something Taito Kubo did after finishing Bleach that had a secret connection to Bleach. God damn it. Like at some point there are some initials revealed in something Taito Kubo did after Bleach. Those initials are SSWB, and the idea is that they stand for Soul Society West Branch. And it's a lot of surprise this actually takes place in the world of Bleach. I don't hate ideas like that. It's like when we were doing Code Vein, and it turned out, surprise, Code Vein takes place in the world of God Eater. And, like, my only disappointment with that is that I'm not into God Eater, so I couldn't really appreciate it. Because it's a cool idea. Alright, more trouble. Yeah, this might have been like the last big Bleach game. which is crazy. Like I say, even while Bleach was still going, the games just kind of stopped, which is really surprising. Naruto's still got games up to its end, and Boruto's got some games now. One Piece still gets games. Dragon Ball, of course, got games years after it ended, before they started doing more stuff with it. Like, it's just really weird that for as popular as Bleach was, it just really disappeared very quickly. Even before it was over. Now, if Bleach got a game like the Ultimate Ninja Storm series by Cyberconnect 2, if Cyberconnect 2 turned around and did a Bleach game, that could be some of the most fun stuff, because Bleach had a lot to it that was pretty good. Come on. This is actually really hard to aim. Yeah. Honestly though, if you're after a decent Bleach game, the best thing I can recommend that actually came out in English would be Bleach Dark Souls on the DS, which is a fighting game developed by Treasure. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. And like Treasure, of course, did other stuff like Gunstar Heroes. They also developed Astro Boy the Omega Facts, which we're going to be playing soon. If you want something a little different from a fighting game, there's a tactical RPG on the DS called Bleach the Third Phantom, which isn't bad. Cannot possibly fit into canon anywhere, but it's not bad. It has an interesting little story. Nothing over there. Alright, I think I got all of them before they disappeared, so that's nice. Yeah, I guess game-wise, Bleach is mostly just missed opportunity stuff. Kind of a shame, honestly. It also brings up the thought that I had yesterday of, like, how so many anime-based games are just fighting games, and I'd rather not have this entire month be fighting games. This is more like it. The large number of enemies is definitely a good idea for this kind of thing. It's weird that they've held that back for so long, like until now. Even then, like, this doesn't compare to the kind of thing you'd find in your first level of a Dynasty Warriors game. Thank you. I hope they'll throw, like, a large number of enemies at me more often. Because that was actually kind of approaching fun. Okay. So I got a lot of shit for a guy who's got less health than I do. Alright. 悪く思うな。次の舞。白蓮。ここまでか。貴様の能力が果実のように兵士を生む能力なら。Just have to cut them off at the roots. 当然の結果だ。Hey. Tzatziki, did you finish Devil May Cry last week? No, you didn't do Devil May Cry last week, so you'll be... Still have Devil May Cry to do, alright. You doing Devil May Cry tonight? Alright, well, Kiora. Hoping to finish tonight. Alright, awesome. Health up.
いい調子だ。これでよし。
Attack up. I don't know what these are. She really did. But then most people who weren't Ichigo did. Oh, we've unlocked a character? Or what? Okay, so these are characters that just give us extra abilities then. Do I equip these abilities or are they just automatic? I'll be honest, I didn't finish Bleach. I stopped during the 1000-Year Blood War arc because being up to date on a shonen manga is just awful.
ソウルソサエティからの援軍が来たことで戦いの形勢はイチゴたちの側に傾いたかと思われた。だが全てはアイゼンの罠だった。アイゼンは現世とウェコムンドとをつなぐガルガンタを封鎖してソウルソサエティからの援軍をウェコムンドに閉じ込めた上で自らは現世への侵攻を開始。
Just start with the that's fair enough.
さらに一度は救出し
I
た
know the anime stopped after the Fullbringer arc, which, to be fair, was terrible in the manga. You gotta love this though, like, moreover, though she had been freed, Orihime is captured once again. Orihime's entire contribution to the story. The Fullbringer arc could have been good, but it got impatient with just bringing back the Shinigami. And, like, as soon as they did, all threat was gone. Like, they had an interesting idea, and then it was all gone. It was something that could have been interesting, but just becomes the point of, like, yeah, no, Ichigo is gonna get power again, I guess.
行くぜ。俺は絶対に仲間を守る。井上。
Like, that's really what it felt like. They could have gone somewhere interesting with it, but, like, they just seemed to be in a hurry to get back to the Shinigami Soul Society stuff. Yeah. Like I say, it feels like they just got impatient and decided, no, bring back all the Shinigami. Oh, but these new enemies aren't characters that can cope with the Shinigami level of power. It's fine, just get rid of them, we'll move on to something else. And it all fell apart. It felt rushed, is probably the best way to put it. There's a good build-up, but then it starts to rush. Which is especially weird, because then the Shinigami turn up again. And then they start taking the time with actually dealing with the enemies. You know what it was? It was basically the bounce arc, but canon. Just replace Shida with Ichigo. Oh, he's got a new power that, you know, is kind of different to the previous one, but kind of similar. But it'll be replaced by an upgrade to his old power, like, when we're done here. And also the group that might have looked like good guys are actually bad guys. It was literally the bout arc. Right, this is actually getting pretty dull now. I think the big problem here is like every level is just run through large groups of enemies that'll come at you in small numbers and then get to a boss character. Maybe get to a boss character. But also this game doesn't have a fighting system to cope with a boss. With a boss style character. Yeah, it is weird that they didn't decide to end it there, but there was still a lot of things that were left unanswered. And what I did actually get through with the Thousand Year Blood arc, Thousand Year Blood War arc, did start answering those questions. Yeah, it's because the anime was cancelled with the Fullbring arc. Probably because it felt like filler again and people were tired of filler. Like, I'd be willing to believe the Thousand Year Blood War arc was planned in advance. But the Fullbring arc was rushed to get to it. I think Bleach might be like one of the main reasons why they produce anime in a very different way now. It's like with stuff like Bleach and Dragon Ball and Naruto, it was constant. Like, they were always putting out an episode a week, which is crazy when you think about it. Like, the level of production there is absurd. But now when they're doing stuff like that, they adapt it in seasons, which is definitely the better way to go. It was crazy when you like think about how much work goes into any single episode of anime, and they were churning those out weekly for years. Like, that's crazy. Has that been constant every week, or is that a seasonal thing like The Simpsons? Oh, I'm gonna guess that's a constant thing every week with those numbers then. Okay, this area is a maze. Has One Piece been going constantly, like, every week? For, like, 20 years? I don't really pay a huge amount of attention to the anime. Every now and then I think, like, you know, it might not be a bad idea to go for the One Piece anime. Because with that many episodes, it's just something you could throw on every now and then. It's like, yeah, no, let's watch an episode or two, and there'll always be more. Basically what I was doing with the Detective Conan manga. And it's like, yeah, no, I could always just read a few chapters every now and then, because there will always be more Detective Conan. Watch One Piece. Yeah. I might actually watch One Piece at some point. It's like I was saying to Clem earlier, like, One Piece gets a bad rap, but it's popular for a reason, and unlike a lot of the other super popular shonen anime across the years, One Piece is at least really creative with its character abilities, which is something Dragon Ball doesn't really have. It used to have, it doesn't have anymore. I feel like how JoJo has some really creative stuff with the stands, which is how JoJo gets to avoid the issue of one character is too powerful. It's like, yeah, no, like, the world was really powerful and was one of the best stands, and was probably almost broken. But later stands are introduced that could have probably beaten the world because they're just weird and quirky. And it becomes more interesting for that. And One Piece also kind of does that kind of thing. Not to the same extent. Nothing does it to the same extent as JoJo. This game could really do with throwing more enemies at you more often. Alright, at least those guys weren't regenerating their health. Yeah, maybe I will watch One Piece at some point. I should probably finish that season of Black Lagoon that I was watching though. That's always the problem I have with like watching anything these days. I'll sit down and watch a bunch and then just stop and won't watch more of it for weeks, possibly months. Stream disconnected again. What do we got going on here? Okay, so this is actually on my end then. That makes a change. Okay, and then... Okay, connect to the chat if you would. There we go. And we're back, I guess. Alright. I don't like that moves list there. Yeah, as I was saying, like, I have the problem of, like, I'll watch something, and then like, I'll watch a bunch of it and then not watch any more for weeks or possibly months. It's part of the reason why I don't really watch stuff anymore. Because I end up binging stuff, and then knowing that I'm not going to come back to it for a while, I'll try and get as much in as possible. That goes pretty far, doesn't it? Yada yada yada, come on. We're gonna have to fight in this stage, or will we start a separate stage for it? I'm surprised. Right, so they only have the second form of Ulquiorra's Resurrection.
Miro, Kurosaki Ichigo. これが真の絶望の姿だ。
Probably could have thought of a better way to say that than this is the true face of despair when you are looking like... Oh, for one, like you're crying. I guess I better go all out.
いいだろう。ならば貴様のその5体塵にしてでも分からせてやる。滅ぶザヤの能力は増大している程度だがその程度真の絶望を教えてやろう。月が降りて今ここで俺に打ってみせ力の差を教えてやる。お前の姿の技がいくらアランカルに似ていようとその力は天地ほどに隔たって力を得よう。フォローを真似るのは妥当な道筋だ。それで俺たちとお前たちが並ぶ。
Alright, I guess he wants to see the Getsuga. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. Like, not in those exact words, but like, yeah, behold the true face of despair. You pretty much say it right with like the crow.
恐怖を感じるほどの実力差の相手に勝てるつもりで戦いを挑む。理解の外だ。
You're nonsense.
別に勝てるつもりで戦ってるわけじゃねえよ。勝たなきゃいけねえから戦ってんだ。
And here comes the moment every Bleach fan heard around the world. Are they going to skip over that? They can't skip over that. It was in the opening. Like, surely. Pretty much. There you go. It was like one of the biggest moments, and it was in like every game. Any game that came out around this point or went this far into the story was all like, hey, we've got like super hollow Ichigo. Heat the Soul 7 made a big deal out of it. Soul Carnival 2. Soul Carnival 2, which was also on PSP, made kind of a big deal about it. Largely because it had an animated version of the fight before the anime got to it. Like, it adapted that far before the anime got to it, so it was the first time you got to see that fight animated. Alright, let's do this.
ウルキオラに戦いを挑んだイチゴだが真の姿を見せたウルキオラの力は圧倒的だった戦いの場へ駆けつけた織姫が見たものはウルキオラのセロオスキュラスで胸を貫かれ絶命したイチゴの姿だったラスノーチェスの天外の上に織姫の悲痛な叫びが響き渡るその時完全に力尽きたはずのイチゴが
The idea of this is kind of neat. The unfortunate thing of it though is like, no matter how cool it is, it's also kind of awkward when you realise it's been done before in a better series. In Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, so I can lose my sword, I guess? Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho is the main one that comes to mind, though. Specifically with the main character unleashing a superpowered evil side that defeats the enemy. And when they come to their senses, like, no, I wanted to fight you properly. Which is exactly what happened in Yu Yu Hakusho. This guy's fighting style is weird. Like, the dash upwards is part of the combo. Like, do it without that, and he'll still dash upwards. It's really weird. There's also the thing of, like, I'm having a harder time with this than I did when I was actually just regular Ichigo. Alright. that. Okay, so I lose my sword doing something. I don't know what that is.
お前がなぜそんな姿になったのかわからない。いくらお前の攻撃能力が高まる俺が怖い。この俺を倒すことなど不可能だ。
I don't know what it is actually causing me to lose my sword. There's also kind of a disappointment with the Sero, because I remember the Sero had a really unique sound effect when it was done, which was really kind of cool. It was kind of like a big absence of sound, and they just haven't used it in this, which is disappointing.
私のせいだ。私があんなこと言ったから黒崎くんは私を助けようとして。
まさかこの俺がフォローと化した人間などにやられるとはな。
Wow, that was worth it, wasn't it? Shame Soul Carnival 2 never got released in English, because it seemed kind of neat. Side-scrolling action RPG platformer. Alright, did we get anything for Hollow Ichigo? Like, did we get enough to actually level up? Wow, are you really expected to take all of these characters and push them that high? Jeez. Like, to unlock all the pieces for all the characters and unlock everything? Ugh.
3人のエスパーダを率いてアイゼンは現世の進行を開始した。だが後手13体はすでに準備を整え、それを待ち受けていた。隊長閣が全力で戦闘可能なよう司法の展開決中により丸ごとレプリカと入れ替えられた唐倉町。そこで後手13体とエスパーダの決戦が始まる。
Ah yes, Hallibal.
10番隊隊長室ヶ谷藤四郎は
I wonder if they have a sensor design in this. So we're playing as Hitsukiya and Bankai, clearly. Why do I remember all of this?
Hajimaru-san. 松本、心に乱れはねえか。何の話です。行くぞ。気を抜くな、松本。はい。群青つらら。
Alright, let's go. I mean, and a different environment is nice. I definitely admit that. but it's still the same gameplay. And like by now, the gameplay is really wearing out its welcome. Like, there's not really any real variety, and they don't throw enough numbers at you for you to really just have it as a cathartic experience. Like Dynasty Warriors does. Yeah, no, I don't think I can recommend this. That said, I imagine it's probably kind of pricey now to be worth it anyway. I think this is probably like the most expensive game I got for PS3 secondhand. I didn't buy this when it came out. I bought it used, and it was £22, which is more than I think like any other used game I've got. And I imagine it's probably gone up since then. It's like, yeah, £22 isn't a huge amount, honestly. But when you can get way better games for like a quarter of that price, it does leave you the question of like, maybe it is too much. I don't know, maybe the problem is like I've never been overly into beat-em-ups. Maybe as a beat-em-up it's not that bad. I don't know. I can definitely say as an adaptation of the anime, it's kind of disappointing with how much they skip over. There's the interesting thought here, going off the actual canon, that's just occurred to me of how it's kind of weird that Hitsugia is played in his Bankai form, when his Bankai form is one of the only Bankais that is timed. Like, it has a literal time limit. Well, that's supposed to be the thing, like, because he's immature and like he hasn't fully mastered his Bankai, because he is actually a child. Child prodigy, yes, but child nonetheless. I didn't realize they would do back here. I really don't have a lot to say anymore. I feel like there's not a huge amount you can say about this. Alright, that's fair enough, then. Thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll catch you next time. You take care of yourself. I feel like I'm not going to be going too much longer with this, because this is honestly just boring. Like, it doesn't play bad, it works, it's competent, it's doable, it's not overly difficult. It's just boring. There was a bunch of stuff over there I didn't do. Like, if they had, like, I don't know, is it a resource thing that they can't throw a huge number of enemies at you? It can't be, because they would do, Dynasty Warriors was doing that back on the PS2. Like, the closest the game gets to any semblance of any kind of interest is when they have a large number of enemies attacking you. Because then it starts to feel like Dynasty Warriors. You're just blowing them all away, they don't matter. Oh, Hitsugia glides. That's interesting. Well, that accomplished absolutely nothing. Well, I figured out too late how to deal with them. Yeah, well. Alright. Guess it's time to go back. I guess there's at least some respect owed for them trying to do more than just the usual anime fighting game thing of, yeah, no, snippet of story, fighting game. But the problem is, this is boring. If they had more focused and refined fighting game gameplay, it might work a little better. Yep, she's got the anime censored version.
見誤るなよ、俺たちの力を。行くぞ。俺はてめえを倒す。甘いな。漂流戦味。甘いな。漂流戦味。君まだまだ。漂流戦味。甘いな。漂流戦味。群青つらら。
I guess it's kind of neat that there is like all the boss characters you fight are playable, so that's kind of neat. Alright.
So ろそろ決着をつけようか。名を聞いておくぜ、エスパーダ。トレス・エスパーダ、ティア・ハリベルだ。10番隊隊長、室ヶ谷藤四郎だ。行くぜ。
That feels like something they should have done before the fight started.
本当はな、水を待つ必要なんか俺にはねえんだ。俺の氷林丸は氷雪系最強。全ての水は俺の武器。全ての空は氷点ヒルこそ100人の花を咲き終える頃にはてめえの命は消えている。まあこんなもんだろ。
And did I unlock Haribel? Hallibel. They're used to it being Haribel because it was known, like she was known as Haribel for so long before the name was officially localized as Hallibel. Like the fan name was Tia Haribel. And then when it was localized, it became Tia Haribel. Alright.
よし。俺はまだ強くなる。
And up next is Siphon, who deals with the number 2 Espada.
激しい戦闘が繰り広げられていた。総隊長山本源流祭重国が炎の壁でアイゼンとエスパーダたちを分断。各隊長は3人のエスパーダと刃を交えることになった。
Yeah, because there was a theme amongst all of the Hollow stuff, that it was all Spanish. Just like the Quinces had a theme of like everything to do with them being German. Alright. So we can't be in Siphon's Bankai. We're not, this is a Shikai. Because Siphon's Bankai was revealed to be completely unsuitable for her as captain of the stealth squad. Because her Bankai is just a bazooka.
いい機会だ。この際適当なところで何かのついでに死ね。
何言ってんすか。怖くもねえしガチガチでもねえしつうか絶対死なねえし。
そうか。じゃあ死ぬな。
言われなくてもそうしますよ。
It was the especially weird thing, like her Shikai is basically a very small point. Like that's it on her arm. And get a closer look at it. There, like a small blade. Which, if she stabs the same place twice on a person, it's instant death. Which works for, like, captain of the stealth squad. But then the Bankai is just a bazooka. Which was weird. Alright, let's go. If I don't finish this today, I'm probably not going to come back to this. Which is kind of awkward. What's that? A decent number of enemies? Come on, boys. Make my day. Alright, and then head around. There you go, Suzumi Bachi's Death in 2 Stings. May sometimes make the bee crest appear. It's nice, like, it's pretty cool that they've actually put that idea in the game. The execution ain't great. Alright, I'm gonna take out the turtles. Okay, and there it is. And grab that to restore it, so we can do it again whenever we need to. Alright, seems good. Let's go check out the other path. See if there's any goodies over there. Oh, just big boys. And again. It's kinda neat, I guess. demands a level of accuracy that the gameplay systems kind of don't allow for that well. No, I want to break that. There we go. Alright, hopefully we're at the boss. Nope. Alright.
若者が仮に私がやられていたとして助けに来いなどと私が教えたか。教えたはずだ。仲間がやられたら好機と思え。間に入るな。後ろから刺せ。それすらできぬほど敵との力量が隔たっているならその場で仲間は見殺しにしろ。それが隠密起動。
Okay, so how am I going to deal with that menace? Oh, that was easier than I expected. It'd be easier to take these things seriously if they weren't just using the raw Bowser has from Mario Kart 64. Like, if they show up again, pay attention to it. Because it is literally the noise Bowser makes if you select him in Mario Kart 64. Alright. That's the way to continue, so what is the other way? Something I had to deal with. That's not too bad. If I get them in the right position, hit them both and then hit them both again. And then bam. Not a bad idea, definitely good for dealing with enemies like that. Will take a little bit extra push. If you can get them lined up. Like, ah, damn it. That one at the side's just gone off on his own. Alright. So let's go deal with Barragan. Here we go. I don't remember how she dealt with Barragan. I remember it took more than just her. Shame Klim's not here, because I could make a Dark Souls joke they'd appreciate. Behold, Nito, first of the dead. I wonder how his ability is adapted in gameplay.
時間最も強大で最も絶対的なあらゆる存在の前に立ちふさがる死の力だ理解できない死というものはそういうものだそしてこの戦いが終わるまで
And draining my health.
理解できることなど何一つ起こることはない
Okay, so that's how they adapted his power.
化け物だアイゼンなんかよりこいつの方がよっぽどやべえじゃねえか
And the frame rate's dying.
泳がせてもこれ以上のものは出そうにないのしまいにするか口が出てし
弱砲来光弁この挽回は使わずに
So Barragan is basically entropy. Did that finish it? Nice.
許さん
No, it didn't. That's not good. Just push to the second
大
phase.
抵に背いた不届きを塵となって食えるがいい
And what happens to Soifon
この
in
挽回は使
the
わずに
actual
終わら
canon
せたかったこれは私の隠密軌道としての
is that she has to cut off her arm because her arm gets caught in it, and her arm withers away and dies and threatens to basically take the rest of her with it, so she has to cut it off.
絶対に許さんぞありどもが
Which I think they just referenced a minute ago, but
我こそは
that hasn't happened here because they're not going to have that happen in the gameplay.
滅ぶがいいレスピラ小さい小さい小さい小さ
Did
い
that do anything?
この世界の中でこのわしの力のみが唯一絶対それ以外の事柄は全て等しく小さきことわしのこの目には貴様らの命もアリの命も等しく同じに
Honestly, wasn't really expecting that to work. It's kind of neat that it did. But I think that's actually how he was killed in
少しは見ることができたか
That leaves one Espada. Should leave one Espada. Stark for Kyoraku to deal with. Interesting. Huh. So not everybody gets their own individual starting point or starting plate.
よし見ていてくださいユルイチ様
Alright, so let's do this one.
現世での後手13体とエスパーダの戦闘が続いていた源流祭の撃を受け戦いに赴いた8番隊隊長強楽春水はプリメーラ・エスパーダコヨーテ・スタークと対峙する当初は戦いに乗り気でなかったスタークだが室賀やソイホンらの戦いぶりを見て本気を出してくるアランカルの少女リリネットと融合し真の姿を現したスタークは強楽に挑んでくるのだった
Loading screens like this do look quite nice. Alright. Let's pause it here, and I will be right back. And we're back. Camera move back. Alright, let's continue.
かかれ前例をとしてここで叩き潰せ陸裂かれようと骨の一辺まで鉄壁とせよ奴らにソウルソサイティの土を一歩たりとも踏ませてはならん
Okay, they might have flesh blood. That is a terrible thing.
そうだなこれが片付いたら久しぶりに2人で先生の肩でも揉んでやろうか
いやいや凝ってるのは僕の肩なんだけどねまあいいや行こうか浮竹
This should probably have a little more life to it if you had the other characters that you speak to actually appear on the map. Maybe fight alongside you as AI companions. I don't know. Of course, that would bring in the possibility of having to protect them, which wouldn't be good. Oh, that was the wrong button. I keep pressing L2 at the wrong times. Also, those noises are kind of irritating. Can't see what's happening behind the Menos. Alright, now let's go back and grab the stuff that I avoided. Now that I don't have a timer to worry about. Okay, I think while I'm doing that I actually control the tornado, that's interesting. Let me experiment with that a little bit. I guess not. Or if I do, I like solo control it, just doesn't matter. Anyway. I'm sure the map showed more of you guys a minute ago. Alright, that worked. Maybe the music will make it a little more interesting. I haven't really been hearing the music that much. Press the wrong button again. I keep meaning to lock on and I keep pressing the not lock on button.
僕の加点胸骨の能力は子供の遊びを現実にすること。わがままなもんさ。武将馬。
There we go, that one. Health pickup. Health pickup. And here we go. You know, now that I think about it, all of these levels have been the same. Go through 2 areas and then you'll fight a boss. Like with the exception of the level that was just a fight with Ulquiorra.
優しいんだね、君は。だけど、君こそ家に帰るんだ。君はまだ子供じゃないか。こんな戦場にいるべきじゃない。
誰が子供だ。バカにすんなよな。
Probably not a good thing when an enemy that large disappears from the screen, presumably because of camera. Okay, I can fly. Why are flying enemies so much trouble for me? There. Okay, that one looks like it's stuck underneath the floor. Judging from what the map is saying, there's one stuck outside, out of bounds. That's not good. Alright, he made it inbound, so everything's okay now. He got back in. Is it a bad idea to make Destructibles drop experience? Probably. Is that the last of it? Awesome, let's do this. Boss fight! Alright, here we go. They literally just have him repeat what he just said.
てめえが協力的じゃねえのが悪いんだろ。大体その格好でどこが頭かなんて分かりゃしねえよ。先っぽの方が頭だってなんか知ってる。分かってやってたんだね。派手ななりしてあまりちょろちょろすんなよ、隊長さん。せっともないぜ。君みたいなのが一番だとやりづらいんだよ、どうも。その手の銃、セロを撃てるんだね。別の何かも撃てると思っていいのだな。撃てない。
It's interesting that they're incorporating like actual conversations and dialogue from the anime into this when they make no real difference here.
Nandai, その技。まだそんなもん隠してたってわけかい。
何も隠してたわけじゃないよ。
And then there's stuff like this where you appear different in the cutscenes.
なんでこんな強いやつと戦わなきゃなんねえんだ。らしさの押し付け。
Oh hey, they've actually took the stuff off.
それにらしさの話をするのなららしさがないのが僕らしさだよ。
あんたは俺に似たタイプだと思ってたんだが、弱いやつが羨ましかった。仲間だった連中はね、俺たちといるだけで魂が削れて消えていった。俺たちは孤独から魂を2つに分けた。孤独から逃れる術。
Alright, let's end this.
弱く
僕の加点胸骨の能力は子供の遊びを現実にすること。わがままなもんさ。
どこへ行くの、スターク。
一緒に行こうぜ、どこまでも。
運によって勝ちを捨てるのは三下のすることさ。
So with the main three of Sparta done, that leaves the possibility of Yami, and Ichimaru, and then just Aizen. But how many times are we gonna have to deal with Aizen? Kyoraku.
嬉しいね。よし飲もう。どうも。
愚かしたイチゴの前にウルキオラは敗れた。そして現世ではスターク、バラガン、ハリベルが倒れたことで残るエスパーダはピエスエスパーダ、ヤミー・リアルゴのみとなった。だがヤミーは冷圧をためて完全解放すると巨大化し、10から0へ数字が変わる最強のエスパーダだった。凄まじい力になすすべなく圧倒されるルキアたち。その冷圧を感知した白夜は戦いの場へと急ぐ。
Okay. If I run through this level, what difference will it make?
この冷圧、この先か。天外の上にあった重い冷圧が消えた。
イチゴは倒したのか。
こいつらぶち殺したらもう一回手伝いに行ってやろうと。
Let's find out.
ウルキオラの野郎、先に死んでりゃ世話ねえぜ。寝まくって消えまくってためにためた俺の冷圧がよ。こんなガスどもぶっ潰すくらいじゃ全然使い切れないんだよ。
Okay, that might be kind of bullshit. Watch out for the self-destruction after you've been caught in the self-destruction. Thank you, game.
俺は力をためて完全解放することで数字の変わる唯一のエスパーだ。ゼロエスパーだ。ヤミー・リアルゴだ。
Alright. So, try and find some health and then just keep running along to see what that gets us. There we go. See if it's actually a bad thing to run along, because I'm really starting to think it won't be. At this point, I've been going out of my way to kill everything and break everything.
Yeah. ちょっと見ねえ間に随分でかくなったじゃないか。すれ違えたぜ。イチゴ。
てめえは黒崎イチゴ。ぶっ殺す。その目に刻め。
Okay, there's that.
俺の数字をゼロだ。てめえが漂ったエスパーダの中にこれより強い奴はいねえ。無駄だ。グリムジョーもノイトラもウルキオラも俺にとっちゃゴミみたいなもんなんだよ。
てめえが他のエスパーダより別格だろうが知ったことだ。同じだ。てめえも倒さなきゃならねえなら倒す。それだけだ。
いちいち生意気なんだよガキが。そんなカッコつけたヘリクスで埋まる力の差がこれが。
Are we done? There we go. Hell. Don't care about that. Don't care about those guys. Don't mind me. Coming through. And the boss fight. Is that one area or two? I wasn't paying attention. He's not powerful, he's just big. Okay, so this is dealt with completely differently to every other boss. Also, Byakuya doesn't have any kind of animation for getting caught there. Like, literally just grabbed his character model, and his character model was just doing his standard idle pose while grabbed. That is... Ooh. Oh, look at that. There we go. I have no idea how I'm supposed to actually deal with this beyond just spamming Hado, which doesn't feel like it's doing enough damage. There we go. That was kind of a terrible fight, because its mechanics were completely different from all previous fights. And despite, like, really getting beaten around a bunch, like, it still didn't matter. I still had a lot of health. Oh yeah, there's Tozen. I forgot about Tozen.
唐倉町での決戦はエスパーダを撃破した後手13体が優位に立ったかのように思えた。だがエスパーダを見限ったアイゼンは自ら刀を抜き圧倒的な力で次々と隊長たちを倒していく。レコムンドから帰還したイチゴがわずかな隙をついて一撃を与えたものの体に宝玉を取り込んだアイゼンには通じない。
It's amazing how they just skip over so much of the story with this stuff.
黒崎一心、浦原喜助、そして四方院夜市の3人だった。アイゼンの進行に備え策を巡らせていた彼らは力を合わせアイゼンに挑む。
Alright. Why am I still playing this? I'm gonna give it till half past. And like, if I'm just not, if I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere or having fun, then I'm just gonna stop.
そろそろわしらの出番のようじゃの。行くぞ、キスケ。参る。
Move on to something else next time, maybe.
殺し損ねた黒崎一護。今のが私の最後の好きだ。
十分だ。傷は負わせた。
少しは答えたか。
こんなものが傷だと。
少しは答えたか。
超速再生。
超速再生じゃない。これは主に対する防衛本能だ。
それは
What do we got?
砲玉だ。
Okay, so Yorichi is fast, capable of doing a bunch of damage at a very short time. How is the range?
これが君の冷圧か。素晴らしい。よく成長したものだ。私の思い通り。
Ryzen, put your shirt back on.
黒崎一護。君の今までの戦いは全て私の手の上だ。私は君こそが私の探求における最高の素材になる。そう確信して君の成長を手助けしてきた。一度もおかしい。
あんたさっき言ったよな。俺があんたの探求の最高の素材になると確信してた。なんでだ。何を根拠に一体いつそう確信したんだ。
最初からだ。私は君が生まれた時から君のことを知っている。
I remember this coming across as bullshit. In the story.
君は生まれた瞬間から特別な存在だった。なぜなら君は人間と喋りすぎだぜ、アイゼン。
少しは答えたか。
親父。
まったく宝玉とはよく名付けたものだ。まさしくこれは神の
Is it Aizen had the problem of being like the Grandmaster planner all along, and they just kept pushing it further and further, and there has to be a point where it just becomes too much.
お久しぶりっす、アイゼンさん。宝玉と融合したんすね。
少しは答えたか。
融合ではない。従えたと言ってもらおうか。君が御しきれなかった宝玉をね。
少しは答えたか。
Alright, there we go, it's all three. Get a heal. And do this. Oh, it's his first evolved form.
君か、司法院夜市。
しばらく見んうちに随分と見違えたの。
何事も進化の途中というものは醜いものだ。来たまえ、 術だろうが力だろうが今の私には決して届かぬということを教えてやろう。くらえ。
Alright, here we go.
私を倒すために練り上げた手段の数は君たちの努力と力の証。そしてそれはそのまま君たちの持つ希望の数だ。ならば私のなすべきはその全てを打ち砕くこと。さあ次の手を打つのに無駄だ。地方院より浦原喜助、そして黒崎一心。甘いな。
もう一つどうじゃ。もう一つどうじゃ。
波動の球児、どうした。もう終わりじゃないだろう。すべて早く次の手を打つがいい。
Oh, there it goes.
最後の一つがついえるまで一つずつ美に砕いていこう。無駄だ。終わりだ。無駄だ。
Alright, let's do this.
覚悟は良い。
理解できていないのか。君の打撃など何千の人だ。私を倒すことなどできはしない。
覚悟するのじゃな。
I'm glad that didn't miss.
あの姿になって思ったより。
That actually came very close. Which I think would have been reasonable if I lost to continue the story, because Yoroichi does not win here.
今の攻撃も理解したよ。
I remember it being weird how many different forms Aizen goes through. Because it felt like each one of them would be his ultimate form, but then he just kept going, and it was weird.
わしも驚いたもんじゃの。
Yeah, what do we got next? We're going to skip to the final fight, or is there other stuff they want to actually do with it? Okay, so playing as Ichigo versus Ichimaru.
これまでの自分の戦いの全てが愛禅に仕組まれたものだった。真実を知ったイチゴは大きな衝撃を受ける。動揺するイチゴ。その時イチゴと愛禅の間に割って入ったのは四白鳥に身を包んだ父黒崎一心の姿だった。一心と言葉を交わし落ち着きを取り戻したイチゴは改めて一丸銀との戦いに挑んだ。
It's interesting they've not even mentioned Tozen. Especially after he was in the opening. Hmm. Did they actually fight before this?
君覚えてる？前に戦うた時のこと。僕は君のことおもろい子やって思ったんを覚えてるわ。俺は覚えてねえ。あんたの剣を覚えてねえんじゃねえ。あんたの心を覚えてねえんだ。
Anyway.
相手と剣を合わせると相手の考えが少し分かる。心が読めるとか言えんじゃねえか。相手が強ければ強いほど。
Okay, definitely have to be careful here because he will have the advantage at range.
あんたにはそれがなかった。あん時のあんたは 俺と戦ってても俺のことなんか見ちゃいなかった。何を見てたのかまでは知らねえけどな。おもろい子やと思ってたけど君の悪い子やな。あんたに言われたかね。僕の真相どれくらい伸びるか知ってる？今度は知らねえよ。刀100本分や。せやから小さい頃は100本雑誌やら呼ばれたりしてな。聞いてね。ほんなら挽回はどんくらい伸びるかわかる？クイズ大会しに来てんじゃねえぞ。あれ高3なんつまらんな。しゃあないようわかるように君らの長さで教えてあげるわ。13キロ。どんくらい伸びるかピンとけえへんや。活動せやから見したるわ。
Is he actually going to show me, or is it just lifting dialogue from the anime again?
そろそろ私の力も理解してもらおうとしよ
う。もう無理やって。アイゼン隊長と長いことおるけどあんなん見るの初めてやわ。君にもわかるやろ。もうどうもならへん。あの人らも君も殺されておしまいや。そんなことさせるかよ。終わりだ。そらなめんな。
Seems like I'm having a little trouble with him now. Thank you. So let's go all out.
Kimi, もしかしてもうどっかでこの戦い諦めてるんと違う。
This will finish it. Alright, that's done. With as few fights as this game actually has from the show, they have you actually win fights that you lose.
旋回門を開け。ソウルソサエティの唐倉町へ進行する。
Like, what is this, Budokai Tenkaichi 2?
待て。
君はここへ置いていく。君を食らうのは全てが終わった後でいい。
I don't remember what his plan was.
一瞬だって言ったろ。
Hmm. Yeah, well. Oh, Charisma's alive. Neat. Cool, don't really care. Is this the finale? That look suggests that it's the final battle. Let's see, 900, 200. That'll do. Thank you.
完全に宝玉との融合を果たしたアイゼンは天界決中で入れ替えていた本物の唐倉町を消すためにその場に一号を残したままソウルソサエティへ向かう。そのアイゼンの力を感じ取り絶望に打ちひしがれる一号だが一心の一括で再び立ち上がりアイゼン
Surprised they don't actually have a training sequence where Ichigo learns the final Getsuga. I know, just gonna skip over all of that, which is probably like a good 10 chapters of the manga to just get to the end.
現世とソウルソサイティをつなぐ断崖で最後の月河天章を身につけたイチゴはアイゼンを止めるべく最後の戦いに挑む。
Okay, my bot is disconnected. There we go, that's better. Well, let's do this. Alright, long-haired Ichigo at the end. They had the dumbest explanation for why Ichigo doesn't keep this long hair. Like, it was so dumb. Alright, here we go. Not available for use in this level. Alright.
大事なものを守れなかったってもう座って泣いているわけにはいかねえよな。イチゴ、お前が唐倉町を守るんだ。こんなもんだ。
Seems like I might actually be stronger than before. Yeah. That's a new ability. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's what the whole thing was about. Sacrifice Arakura-san to create a key to the Soul Palace, and then kill the Soul King or something, I don't know. They were always very vague with what that would actually mean. Maybe they explained it when the Soul Palace actually became a thing in the 1000-Year Blood War arc, which is where I stopped reading it. Okay, more Menos. I still can't get over how they literally just make the Bowser noise from Mario Kart 64. Like, it's ridiculous. More of this.
Soか、やはり許せないか、宝玉よ。人間ごときに遅れを取るのは
So the whole thing with this was Ichigo turns up now and just completely outclasses Aizen. And then he evolves again into this form and is still amazingly outclassed.
炎も死神も超越したこの力を存分に試させてもらおう。
これが最後だ。
案ずることはない。案ずることは
I guess there's nothing for it.
見せてやるよ。
なるほど、なるほど。受けろ。どうした理解できまい。
Okay, so the only time I can actually hurt him is when he's attacking me.
これが最後だ。
Otherwise, he'll just automatically dodge it. That's kind of dumb. Especially with how, at this point, Ichigo was way stronger than him. Oh, this is the full incantation for Black Coffin. Okay. Which he does, and Ichigo doesn't even try to avoid. And then he just dispels it. And that is the whole point of like, yeah, no, Ichigo is so far above you.
死神とホローという低劣な存在から完全に決別する。終わりだ、黒崎一護。
終わりだと。こんなもんかよ。
バカな。
That's irritating.
絶望する。
これが最後だ。やめにしようぜ、アイゼン。あんたの理屈はもううんざりだ。
私が死神とは別次元へと進化を遂げたことで他の者には私の冷圧を感じ取ることはできなくなった。この私が
終わりにするぜ、アイゼン。
Alright, here it comes.
見せてやるよ。最後の月牙天将を。この技を使う。
It always felt weird that he even uses this technique to finish Aizen, because he just ranks so far above Aizen at this point. It's like, yeah, no, doing this means I won't have any power anymore. It's like, but you were very easily winning.
無月。
バカな。
And that's it, apparently. I didn't enjoy this. This was honestly boring. Definitely one of the most boring games I've played on stream. Kawamura had any voice lines in this? I've been muted this entire time, god damn it. Like, it has ideas and does nothing with them, and the fact that it only took 3.5 hours to do this. And bear in mind, like, a good amount of that time was me hitting everything in the stage and killing all the enemies. Until... God, what was it, like, episode 10? I decided not to do that anymore. And if I'd kept doing that, that pushes up to, what, 4 hours? They clearly want you to do a lot of replay in this game, with just how big the level up chart is. It's like, why would you? There's nothing to this game, there's no substance at all. There's not even that much style. I'm honestly really disappointed with this game. It's probably not functionally the worst Bleach game, but it's the worst Bleach game I've played because it's the most boring. Even the Bleach games I couldn't understand, I got more fun out of. I'm playing Soul Carnival 2, and Heat the Soul 7, and Bleach DS4 Flamebringer. I don't understand those at all. I had more fun playing them than this. Could there be a worse Bleach game than this? That's actually a question. Think about it, there's not actually a huge amount compared to a lot of other anime. The 7 Heat the Soul games, 2 Soul Carnival, Shattered Blade versus Crusade, the 4 games on DS, which are all at least decent. I don't think there were any other Bleach games, none that I can think of. This is like the only Bleach game in HD. No, this does not get a recommendation on like any level. Even as a Bleach fan, it's disappointing just how much they skip over. Tozen doesn't seem to be in the game. A bunch of the captains aren't there. Most of the Espada aren't. Like, we skip over Arenero and Samari. And Zayo. Kuratsuchi isn't in the game. It's incredibly lackluster. And bland and repetitive. in cooperation with Bleach Movie 4 project, because the demo for this, which was exclusive to Japan, was a level from a level based on the 4th movie. Which I remember playing and thinking, wow, this isn't very good. But I chalked that up to like me not understanding it because it was in Japanese. And also, sometimes demos just aren't that good. I remember the Jade Empire demo, and the Jade Empire demo is not good, but the game's great. I remember playing the demo and thinking, I don't want this game is not good. And then I got the game, and the game was really good. And then after beating the game like 5 times, I went back and played the demo again to see if my opinion had changed. And no, it's not a good demo. So my thought was like, maybe I have the same issue with this, and it's like, turns out, no. No, I do not. Alright, what do we get for finishing this? Oh yeah, I can play as Aizen. Okay. Alright, they said something about a mission mode. Soul attack. Is that multiplayer? Or is that, like, against leaderboards? Oh, it doesn't matter because you have to do other stuff to unlock them. Right, so is this the meat of the game then? Alright, we'll take a look at it as a character that we didn't get to play as. Let's go with start. Let's see how the mission mode works out, because this is clearly the meat of the game. 28 missions. Considering like how many characters there is and how many different levels there are for them to get on the board, like 28 is not a lot. Okay. So presumably the mission mode is just this. Pick a character, go through a bunch of enemies. There was one that said that you had to do it in a time limit, so there'll be conditions every now and then. The issue with that is the base gameplay just isn't that fun. There's probably something to take away from the fact that I never died as well. Yeah, I came close when I was playing Zoroichi against Aizen, but I still never died. Right, how bad is this gonna get? Right, so you get to fight characters that you didn't fight.
何番だか知らないがここで僕が君を倒す俺たちがプリメーラエスパーだコヨーテスタックセレネットジンジャーバック
Okay, you know, having actual interactions with that kind of thing, kinda neat. Actually, I'll definitely give them that.
そんなもんなのかいあんたの力はだったら期待外れだぜ僕の力はまだこんなもんじゃないほらよもらったもらった動くなよもらった勝負あったろ
Okay, and finish it.
とどめといくぜセロメトラジェット
Yeah. So the mission mode adds some extra gameplay to it, so you don't just have story mode. So I guess if you finish this, if you finish the story mode and you're like, I want more of this, there's mission mode. But I can't imagine anybody feeling like they should get more of this after, even if they bother to finish story mode. Like, the value in a lot of this kind of thing is different scenarios you can have. But with the kind of game this is, like, how much else could there be? Oh, you can't dash with this one. Defeat the boss again. Defeat the boss. Defeat the boss in a time limit. Like, there's not a lot of variety they can do with this kind of thing. Submission mode is a nice idea. The core gameplay just doesn't hold up for it though. So I guess that's unfortunate. Bleach Soul Resurrection. The worst Bleach game I've played. And, like, incredibly boring and repetitive. So there's that. I knew going into anime, the month of anime games, that we'd probably end up doing a couple of stinkers. Because there's a lot of terrible anime games. I was hoping this would be better, because I liked Bleach once upon a time. Anyway, that's going to do it for us for today. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody who joined the chat. Clem and Teak. Thank you so much for keeping me company, guys. Chat is always the best part of the stream. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next. I could do Afro Samurai. I do have that. That is based on an anime. Might go with something different. I won't leave Afro Samurai for another time. Yeah. But we also have Astro Boy Omega Factor coming up for Superhero Friday. So look forward to that. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might not end up doing it. See how I feel. But I'll let you guys know in the Discord if I do or not. And of course, Nocturne will continue on Sunday with Chanson. Just look forward to that. That'll be fun. A refreshing palate cleanser. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me for today. So yeah, thanks everybody for during the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big press, thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks so much for keeping company. I'll let you guys know on the Discord if I'm going to be live tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do it, if I'll be live, but I'll let you guys know. What was Ninja doing? Because I saw Ninja went live around the same time I did. Was he doing RE3 remake? Actually, there's also thought for another time. I do actually have something on PS3 that I want to go through. Yeah, I thought RE3 make it be the last thing they'd have to do. I have a bunch of the PS2 classics that I've bought here. My intention was actually to show them off before the PlayStation Store closed, so you could decide whether or not to buy them. Because like I've said before, like Digital Devil Saga has issues. I have 2 versions of that. I bought it in the US and in Europe. So yeah, at some point I want to show some of these off so you guys can see how some of the PS2 classics run on PS3 and decide whether or not you want to buy them. What do we got? Persona 4, Gradius 5, Persona 3, Devil Summoner, Digital Devil Saga, Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga again. Which one is this from? This is the European version, this is the US version. Devil Summoner 2, Castlevania Lament of Innocence, Fatal Frame 2, Fatal Frame 3, and Digital Devil Saga 2. So yeah, at some point I want to do a showcase of these, see how they perform. Because I've said before, like the PS2 classics on PS3 don't run that great, and I know for a fact Digital Devil Saga doesn't run great. Has sound lag and stuff. Persona 3 FES, I remember running fine. There was a point in the game where it just like froze for like 5 minutes, but then if you left it for those 5 minutes, it carried on as if nothing happened, and it only happened the once. The Devil Summoner games, I remember having sound lag. So we'll go into them. Definitely give them a look. So hopefully some of you guys can decide whether or not it's worth it to buy any of those games, because like some of these games are hard to pick up physically now. Persona 3 and 4 have jumped up in price now, which is unfortunate. Gradius 5, I don't know how easy that is to pick up. I imagine the Devil Summoner games have gone up in price. Digital Devil Saga has, we were discussing that during the Digital Devil Saga playthrough. Nocturne, I don't know, possibly. There's always the HD remaster if you want to pick this up as well. Although that's coming out at full price, so like maybe use your own discretion at that. Castlevania, I don't know how much Lament of Innocence goes for these days. It's not a great game, so I can't see it going for much. It doesn't really have a lot of cult appeal. The Fatal Frame series are pretty hard to get hold of, though. So like, if these work decently, like this could be a good way of getting your hands on the Fatal Frame trilogy on PS2. So yeah, I want to take a look at that at some point. I also have God Hand on one of my accounts, and I should probably download that. Possible future stuff. I have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, which I probably won't do. Did I delete J-Star Victories Versus? I guess I did. Huh. Link Tokyo Jungle, I don't actually even like that game. J-Star Victory Versus, which before Jump Force was the first Jump Shonen Jump game to actually come out outside Japan. It's probably better than Jump Force, actually. So yeah, maybe we'll do that as like big crossover of a bunch of anime stuff. I don't know. But I'm rambling now. Anyway. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Once again, I really appreciate the support. Big special thanks to everybody in chat. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to be live tomorrow. I don't know yet. Who's live now? Mr. Charisma. Still doing the Super Console X. Yeah, I'd have a thought recently about maybe doing like a retro roulette some point soon. No, it was the viewer's choice thing. That's what it was. It's been a while since I've done one of those. They were fun. Anyway, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So with that, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.